course, you currently know that we're in Maua, Meru County. You know, it is a cold area, especially during this particular time when the rains are coming in, especially with the weatherman clearly stating that this particular area, which is highlands of the Mount Kenya region, will be receiving heavy rains. But not just like that, because you see the sun is out right now. And talking about opportunities, behind me, Vivian, if you can see, it will be the new Huduma Center here for Maua. You do know that the people of Maua for a number of years have been trekking distances, as well as for close to 45-50 minutes or so thereabout to reach Meru town, the town center itself, so that they can get services from the Huduma Center. There are a number of services that Huduma is able to offer. Now the CEO, as well as the Huduma officials, and we're going to be joined also by high-ranking government officials and leaders from this particular region to help the president in laying the stone here in Huduma Center. This will be his first stop here in Igembe South before he heads over to other parts of Meru County. As and when he finishes to laying stone here in Igembe South, he'll be heading over still in Igembe South, he'll be laying the foundation also in a sewerage last mile connectivity project that is within Maua. After he finishes that particular venture, he'll be heading over to Tigania West constituency, Vivian, where he'll also visiting the Kibera feedlot, where he'll also after that visit the South Immense constituency of the Nkwene 33/11 kilovolts of a substation. Now, of course, that is the itinerary for here in Meru County. Also, he'll be linking up with the residents of Kirinyaga County. He'll be making two stops. If you have noticed yesterday, he was in Laikipia and in Nyeri County, traversing the two counties because they're closer to each other, launching several key projects like the last mile connectivity, the affordable housing project, and the new modern markets that the president has been vowing to launch in this particular area. You do know that there are 87 markets that are currently being built. Others are ready to be occupied by the traders in this particular region. Also, the president will be flanked by also the new governor. You remember, Vivian, it was just 2 weeks ago when the new governor was sworn in. That is Isaac Mutuma. We are sure that he will be flanking the president. You do know, even in the meeting that was held at State House Nairobi, he was among the governors from this particular region that met President William Ruto at State House Nairobi in readiness for this particular trip. Also, a section of members of parliament as well as senators. You do know that that is a recipe for political rhetoric. At the end of the day, we'll be witnessing what they will be telling the residents. In Laikipia County, Nyeri County, you heard what the president clearly said yesterday, that despite one person being removed from the current administration, the government is still big and people can still come into that particular administration. But he clearly told the residents to give deaf ear to politicians who are spewing divisive politics to the region. You do know that it has been heightened political tension with this particular region, but you saw what happened yesterday. Once the president arrived in Laikipia, in Nyeri, there was relative calm. The people turned out in large numbers. They were listening to some of the key projects the president was commissioning, inspecting, and even promising at the end of the day. You do know that the major project that is being carried out here in the Mount Kenya region is the Maua road that will be linking almost 5 to 6 counties within the Mount Kenya region, so that it can boost transportation, especially given that we have tea, coffee, as well as miraa here in this particular region. And also the president was talking about the miraa and what he'll do for the farmers here. In an interview with the radio presenters at the Sagana State Lodge, he clearly stated that he will ensure that their produce is not only distributed within the country but even beyond our borders. But Vivian will be keeping tabs with the president. He'll be starting here in Maua, launching 2 projects. After that, he'll be heading over to a market still within Maua, and then he will head over to Tigania West, where of course we'll be following him to just keep you updated. As and when the president arrives, we'll be taking you live. So back to you, Vivian.